Because we are three people being loud and ignorant. Done. Took care of all of that.
Alright, so we're three people being loud and ignorant. And it's a new web series. We're going to talk about gaming and pretty much whatever else comes to our mind. So today we're going to talk about like the future of gaming and what that means, and we're going to discuss some console stuff. So
that means we're sunk. I've seen the future. Future's not good.
Oh, you seen the future?
I've seen the future, and the first thing I seen was this little Rubik's Cube that we call in the Ouya. Let's be real about it. This thing got 3 valves, sometimes 4, and that's about all it's worth. What does it run off? Android?
Yeah. Android operating system.
4.1? It doesn't even have the most up-to-date one, right?
No. Well, no. It's running the most up-to-date Android as of right now. So it's running Jelly Bean, but the new Android, whatever, Titan, Superman.
Oh, it's not going to be a food?
I was like, I can't go to Kroger and like get one of them from the candy aisle and like
Superman ice cream, I don't know.
But I've actually heard some good things about it. Like, with the open source games, and they're claiming that they're going to have some exclusives, and it is using the old OnLive servers, or at least half of them, the half that Sony didn't acquire, so you'll be able to stream anything. I mean, realistically, why would this not work?
I mean, every time something like this has come up before, it hasn't really worked out too well. Like, that Phantom that disappeared.
That Phantom that disappeared?
You're right and you're wrong. They do have online servers, but they're not going to be available at launch. Like, they might be available in June, is what they're projecting. My analysis of the Ouya, it is doomed, but salvageable.
Salvageable.
I mean, you gotta look at it this way. You can look at the gameplay, and it's subpar to not even the next gen, the current generation systems. Graphics aren't as good as PS3, but they're good. You can play a good game, and you can get into it.
So it's got Wii graphics.
It's Wii U graphics.
Wii U graphics.
So that's Wii graphics.
So it's Wii graphics.
So those things are GameCube graphics.
If they manage to get... there's only 2 ways it's going to be salvageable. They have a future goal, like future pie in the sky. Every TV is going to have a Ouya. Every TV might have an Ouya, and then that would be, useful, because then you could just be like, oh, I'll spend 50 more bucks on this $600 TV and get a sweet game system. I mean, that would be useful, and if they actually get a whole crap ton of a lot of exclusive games, they're going to need a lot of people to abandon their systems that they've already got. Because, I mean, these systems are, 3 or 4 years? More than that in the making in the case of PlayStation. They're going to need some serious powerhouse games to actually get those. Those are the only 2 ways to owe you your money back. It's gonna be fucking salvageable.
This is why I'm skeptical about the system, because essentially it's what? Angry Birds for the television, even though we have Angry Birds available on every major console. But, I mean, does this mean that the quality of games that we're going to be getting on these mobile phones, or these mobile games that are designed for mobile phones, are going to get better to accommodate this new market? And then, if so, how much are they going to cost? Like, everybody right now is imagining, okay, I'm going to be able to take this game that I paid $1.99 for on the Android market, be able to play it on my television. But why not just play it on your phone? And how many people are going to play that same game sitting at home when they could play their consoles, or their other consoles? And if they do increase the quality of games, how much are they going to cost?
Did you buy Angry Birds on PlayStation?
No.
Okay, that's free. All right,
I have it somewhere on there. I can't remember if I paid for it or not.
I think anybody...
I do too. That's what's other.
And that's the other... How many people... I mean, I know that the mobile gaming market is huge, but how many people pay for their games on the mobile gaming market? Most people go for... My Angry Birds version...
I don't know.
My Angry Birds that I did have on my cell phone, I got the free version with ads. So does that mean my free version on the Ouya, while I'm playing, all of a sudden this ad is gonna pop up and interrupt my gameplay? I mean,
Oh wow.
what really are okay?
Are they gonna be kid appropriate ads? Like, am I gonna actually be able to play this thing on my TV with my kids around?
Didn't even think of that.
Because I get some pretty naughty ads.
That is true. So,
Daddy, what's that? It's Angry Birds. Go to your room.
sorry, Dad. All right, so I'm pretty sure that we're all pretty skeptical about this Ouya. So I
Doomed
guess-
but salvageable.
doomed but salvageable.
I think it has no hope.
So you just think doomed.
Yeah. The only redeeming thing I've seen is that I can't think of the guy's name, but he was one of the designers from Infinity Ward. His new company says they're going to design exclusives for it, and then Square Enix has said they're putting Final Fantasy 3 on it.
That was the other thing I wanted to mention. That is the only recognizable game that is going on it.
Yep.
And I don't know if I want to spend $100 a year, not to buy the console, $100 a year to play Final Fantasy 3, which I have on ROM on my laptop.
Yeah.
Now I understand I can't read Japanese, but I know if you hit that little button at the bottom, the game's gonna keep going forward. Every now and then it might be a pretty color or a sword swing, but it'll get the job done. This shit wasn't rocket science in 1992.
I wish they would have just picked another Final Fantasy instead of 3.
Yeah, why not? I mean, why not 6?
Why not 4, 6?
But that was another reason why I thought it was Dunes, because they're launch games. The only other games that seem like they might be cool are games that are slated for 2015, so I don't even know if they're cool yet.
2015?
Yeah.
The way that they're another game that they're trying to put out at launch is a prequel for a game that doesn't exist yet. Which I don't know why they just don't call that one. And the one in the future too.
that would be too easy.
Whatever, guys.
You can't do easy with the Ouya. No.
Alright, so moving off of this Ouya. Or Ouya? Yeah.
Whatever we got.
Ouya. I was thinking about Coyote whenever he gets his foot stepped on.
Okay.
I'm like, Ouya.
I like that. Ouya. Alright. So, Sony has given us the first taste of our next gen. Or our true next gen, because, we'll get to the Wii U later. But, the PS4. So, what are y'all thinking? Especially, I want to hear from Mr. Doggy Sandwich. Mr. Xbox, Microsoft 360. I love Xbox Live.
Yo, you act like I have a problem with the PS3 I have now, but what do I think of the PS4? I mean, at least I'll be able to stream from it, I guess, and share with my friends, but they could have used the good services for that.
So, how important is being able to stream and instantly share with your friends to you personally as a gamer?
Not at all, because my choices are like Facebook. I mean, that's okay, but I could just turn over to my computer and be like, and get that done.
Yep.
And the streaming is going to Ustream. It's not going to Twitch. Yeah.
I was going to interrupt and say, how bad do your friends suck that they won't come over and watch you suck in a video game?
I don't know, because apparently I don't want some people coming over to my house.
Yeah. But, okay.
Speaking of which, why have I ever been to your house?
Nobody's ever been to his house. He's got the Fortress of Dogatude over there. Fortress of Dogatude.
Crystals and stalagmites and shit.
Oh, man. You haven't seen the
Do they all have afros too?
No. But you gotta see the W Sanders Command Center, where every computer in the room is dual monitored.
It's a dream. So it's like a heaven then. Alright.
Okay.
No more like a... Alright, gotcha.
So, Mr. Pertak, what are you thinking about the PS4?
It's hard to talk about the PS4 without talking about the Durango. Because they're an immediate...
Durango. I just imagine. I completely totally
Or
should
truck.
think. Yeah. Microsoft's press conference at E3 is some trucks riding on the stage, and like the pictures of the new console like riding the truck or driving the truck.
Tailgate party!
Yeah.
Tailgate in the E3, bitches!
I mean, that would be perfect.
Hope you got ventilation. But I've got a lot of crap so far about Durango. Pretty much every article I read about it is in comparison to the PS4, whatever project name they want for that. It seems I've seen one article or whatever where it's talking about how it's going to be this super awesome thing, but everything else is pretty much counters that the PS4 is so much more in its stages, so much more advanced in its stages of development, and you're going to have that. They started earlier, but at this point, like I was saying, it's more advanced in its development, but they just started with the Durango. There's no saying that it's not going to come up more to speed, but so far the PlayStation's got more hardware, more impressive specs, and the Durango. Everything I've seen so far is they're adding a Blu-ray player to it, which makes it a PS3. Yeah. I understand. No one's found anything else about it because they haven't released anything.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to step up the game pretty hardcore because the PlayStation 4 is looking far more impressive than the Durango's looking.
Well, and at the same time, what I would like to say is that I think Microsoft, their strategy of sit back and wait, if you will, they let Nintendo come out with their last gen system, and they let Sony announce.
You say last because they're done.
Yeah. Yes, that is exactly. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. And they let Sony do their press conference, and Sony's marketing scheme for that entire lead up to their press conference was great because then you just see YouTube and Twitter just flooded with all these reminiscent epic moments. The release of Crash, when Sony was revealed, when Sony PlayStation 2 was revealed, when the PSP was revealed, which we might as well not even mention. But I mean, just the marketing campaign is beautiful, and I think it's given Microsoft the ability. They definitely have all eyes on them. E3's coming up. Microsoft's going to be able to come out and really steal the show.
They're going to have to do that too because the last CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, usually where you don't get too many consoles, but you get something. Mm-hmm. None of them even showed up, so people were are anticipating something from these developers as far as systems come.
You got anything to say?
Yeah, well, they're coming out. We're coming out, and we're gonna have to wait and see. Yeah, I was thinking E3 is gonna be the big show, and for what it's worth, I actually kept up with PAX a little bit, and I mean that's more 4 games, but I figured there'd be a little news there, none there. So, yep, waiting for the summer.
I am a little bit excited about the PS4 though, with the enhanced what's the camera? The camera.
The new
camera. They're gonna have the light bar. It's gonna correlate with your controller, and they got this cool little thing where the controller's gonna turn the light of your player because you're too dumb to realize your fucking player won.
Well, I mean,
but I understand 4-year-olds play Call of Duty and whoop my ass all day long. I mean,
it can get pretty hectic on there sometimes. You don't know which player you are, and having color-coded controllers.
I also like my Facebook button on the controller.
Yes.
As much as I give it crap, I don't run fraps on my PlayStation, or I don't have hooked up to my computer, so it'll help out.
You remember that one time I beat you in Bomberman? No, share.
Troll ended.
Well, I mean, I think
Exhibit B for the court.
I think just the fact that Sony has really taken this liking to the idea of instant gratification, instantly being able to stream things.
That comes up later.
Instantly being able to stream things, instantly being able to share things, just shows how impatient the people are getting.
Oh, yeah.
People want more for their money, so they want a console that they can do everything on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess
I agree with that.
All right. From there, we're going to Nintendo's Wii U. So,
moment of silence for the Wii U.
I think that's enough. So,
that reminded me of old school. Dust in the wind.
all I have to say is that the only thing I can figure is that Nintendo has to be attempting to take Microsoft's sit and wait perspective, you know. Attempting to be like, all right, we pushed this console out way too early. You know, we had our issues. Our 8 gig system is basically unsellable because it's not playable.
Early? I heard you right, correct?
Yeah. They released it
early.
too early.
It's there for 4 years late.
They just re-released the Wii, and they gave you this controller with a screen on it, you know? It kind of looks like a Game Gear a little bit.
Better hope that thing doesn't break either, because you can't buy another one in stores.
Dang.
So keep it away from your kids, this kid-designed system. But, perhaps, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Nintendo hasn't really said anything for like a month and a half.
Nah.
No new accessories, no new games. Just nothing coming out for the Wii U. So is it dead, or are they waiting to see what the other consoles are going to do and then try to come back with something
Now,
better?
see what they're doing is they're just sitting in the back and they're like, all right, we pushed out Mario. People are tired of Mario. We pushed out this Zombieland. We're going to have the Wii U Fit coming, right? So what do we need? All right, guys, here we go. Smash Bros, we already said that. Metroid, we're going to get one of those. Need like 2 Zelda games. We got our money coming. That's all they really need is just the same stuff they've been pushing out. And as long as they don't mess it up like Other M, they'll get their money.
I agree. They're going to do what they always do. They're going to put out their franchises. Got people coming back. Their exclusive games. They got their Zeldas, Mario, Smash Bros. You know, all that good stuff.
So you
unless
think
they get a lot, it's kind of the same thing as the Ouya, but not really. Not really.
No.
But yeah, they're going to need some serious good games to get people to actually, you know, say, I mean, because at this point, if you've got your PS3 and your Xbox 360, I mean, it's $150 in places, $200. You've already got your system. You're not going to buy another system so you can play the same games that are already out for other systems.
Exactly.
They're going to need something, and more than something. They're going to need about 5 somethings to make you want to spend an extra, however much it costs. I don't even care to know how much it costs.
The big question:
to buy it.
Price drop. Is a price drop for the Wii U necessary? Because, I mean, again, that 8 gig system...
I don't know how much it costs. Like I said, I don't care.
It's $350.
Oh,
For
God.
what? For what? 8 gig?
Exactly, for
No,
what?
no, no. The $350 for the 32 gig. It's $299 for the 8 gig.
It would help, especially if they do it like sometime around the summer, early fall, so that when Christmas comes around and the ignorant moms are going out and they're like, what do I get my kid? 360, that's like $300. PS3 or PS4, if it's out by then, it's gonna be like $300. Wii U is like $150.
I kind of understand exactly where you're coming from. If you got people that got more money to throw at things than they can shake a stick at, then that's why there's already 400,000 of these things sold, because people have more money that they can shake a stick at.
But
if they do
400,000
drop the
of
price,
those
that
units...
means they're gonna need like only 6 games to convert somebody instead of 9 games to convert somebody.
But I mean, 400,000
That's just
units
how it
sold
goes down.
when 200 of those units aren't playable. Because if you have an 8 gig system, you can't play anything new that they... So that's essentially taking your system to GameStop, being like, I want to trade this in. GameStop looking at you and being like, okay, we'll give you $50 for it.
That sounds like GameStop.
And then you selling out the other 300 for a 32 gig. I mean, are we thinking some sort of incentive program? I really think Nintendo seriously owes an apology to its fan base. And me personally,
I don't
nothing short of that is really
I
going
don't
to get
spend
me jumping.
$400 without knowing what I'm buying.
That's why I'm a huge fan.
First gen or not.
I'm a huge fan of let the first gen come out, let people make the mistake, see how it breaks, how it messes up, and just go ahead and let them fix that.
Alright, so we're talking about all these different different new consoles. It all
More
comes down-
salvageable than new.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It all comes down to the future of gaming, like where we're headed to, because I think it's safe to say that it's no longer a hobby; it's a lifestyle. These consoles are beginning to cost so much this isn't just a thing that you get your kids just to keep them entertained and, you know, give them something to do for a little while you get some extra work done or something. I mean, this is, they play movies, they instant gratification on you can Facebook on it, you can Twitter on it. Well, not Twitter, but what was it? Ustream. Yeah. So now you can stream your videos on it. I mean, yeah, radio. I mean, everything.
TV.
These are full. Yeah, TV, because now they all support Netflix and Hulu, and Nintendo has their the Wii U has their Wii TV, Wii U TV. So I mean,
that's right there. Thinking the same thing.
Hold on. People want to watch Wii U TV on their TV.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
they don't want to watch TV on their TV.
No, that's too easy.
instead of having to pay for cable, you could pay for Wii U TV.
But you're paying for internet.
Yeah,
which is more.
So
never mind.
All right.
Nintendo. You ever wonder why they do it? Yes, they do things. They think about this stuff.
And exactly, they're thinking about how gaming is now a lifestyle choice. You get one console, it does almost everything you need as far as entertainment purposes. Because no matter how bad the economy is, no one is just going to sit and do nothing. People are always going to get paid to be entertained. And that's why these gaming consoles and games are a good alternative. You can pay for a gaming console, you can do all of your entertainment on it, then you can go ahead and get a game, and you can get 10 or 12 hours, I don't know, worth of, and longer if it's got multiplayer. So, what does that mean for what we're seeing in the future? As far as like handhelds go, because we didn't get to talk about handhelds.
Ooh, handhelds. I put a little thought into this, and I'm like, with mobile gaming, the only saving grace that handhelds have right now is really gimmicks, really gimmicky games that'll make people want to buy the system. Which is, if you think about it, who has the only like real fan base for a handheld? Nintendo, because they have one exclusive that they will not put on their system: Pokemon.
Okay.
That's really the only reason to buy a 3DS. I mean, sure, they had some other games. They had New Super Mario Brothers again. They had
new again.
Yeah, new again. Let's have a new version. New version of the original. They had Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time remake. But what else do they have? They don't really have anything. The only thing that really stands out on handhelds seem to be RPGs now. Maybe a couple of gimmicky rhythm games like, what was that one on DS? Patapon is one. That was on PSP.
Oh, that's PSP, yeah.
Elite Beat Ages, that's what I was thinking of. But the only thing that really sells, or really makes people hold on to handhelds, are gimmicky games that they can't get on their Android or any kind of phone. But the problem is, if you look at the phones, they're starting to get good games. Like, you can get half the Final Fantasies on
Android now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, I mean, that's the other question, and then that we look at it in reference to the Ouya. So, if the games that are designed for Android are going to get better, is it going to be a two-way street? So, yes, they have to design the games that are directly for the Ouya better to compensate people having to spend this money on this console. But are the actual games that you can still play on your phone going to be better? And if they are, why do I need a handheld? Because the way the world is, you have to have a cell phone. And cell phones are so cheap, it's cheaper than a handheld. So if I have to have my cell phone so I can make my phone calls or use the GPS or whatever else I use it for, why would I buy a handheld and then buy a game on a handheld when I could just play it on my cell phone?
Etron Odyssey 4.
So you're saying the games are ultimately what's gonna determine everything?
What else? Because, I mean, yeah, they'd be crazy if they start putting GPS and all that stuff on handheld systems. They kind of tried.
Well, I mean, the Vita has a GPS on it.
Yeah, how many people actually have a Vita?
Now, how many people... But that almost seems like their reason for making the PS4. It's like they're keeping it all behind doors and they're like, y'all want to know why we introduced the Vita? Boom! This is why, right here. This is your Vita Hub Center. So, I mean, it's possible that Vitas could see. And I mean, I think really that is all determined upon how much they're going to sell the PS4 for. But I mean, realistically, as far as buying a Vita goes, there's almost no reason not to. You have cross-platform play almost all games that come out now, you buy the PS3 copy, you get the Vita copy for free. So, I mean, what real reason is there? It's like they're trying to knock out half their... I mean, Sony's in there, and they're throwing punches, and Nintendo is just taking everything in the face, and really look like it's about to go down for the count.
They're gonna come out with an exercise game. Nintendo's out there. They're gonna get something to get your grandma to buy one. That's what they've been looking for since the Wii came out.
Wii Fit 4!
Some new Michael Jackson game.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
Rhythm game.
Only man who's still dead and still making so much money. It's ridiculous.
He is the most rich dead man on the planet. But it's true.
So, Attack, what are you thinking?
You're on the right subject. This is my handheld right here. It does pretty much any game I want to play. And you can get it for free if you root it. Not that I root it. That's illegal. Well,
have to throw that out there.
Yes.
You know, this is a YouTube.
But the fact of the matter is that some people still do have handhelds and they're fun, but I'm not really in a position to where I find myself in a place where I'm allowed to play video games for very long that I would need a handheld for. I mean, usually it's just a short amount of time, like while I'm waiting in line for something, I can just pop out the old tower defense game or whatever and just punch it out real quick. And
Tower defense sucks.
Tower defense is amazing.
Putting that on record.
And but I mean that's about the way I feel about handhelds. Is they as we come more upon a society where things are more converged and where people, along with your instant gratification, people don't want to waste time. The amount of time where people have lines, the amount of time where people have spare time that they pop out their handheld, it's dwindling. The fact of the matter is people are gonna get what they need to get done, and then they're gonna get where they want to be, whether it's at a bar or in front of their console playing games.
So, all right. Well, I got one question before I think we wrap this up because I'm out of drink.
You suck at being ignorant.
The size of these things. So it's real funny. I was thinking about it the other day. And it just kind of seems to keep going back and forth, back and forth. Televisions came out, and they were on these big, huge wood consoles.
Yeah.
All right. So then it was all about making it smaller so it can fit into the average household. Then people want more stuff on their TV. So then the TVs start getting bigger and bigger, but still not as big as those wood consoles. Don't have all the extra parts. So you get those big old, huge, long, big screen televisions like the one I had at the other house. So then thin televisions come out. So now we're trying to take them smaller. And you notice when thin televisions came out, they didn't initially come out with like 42 and 50 inches. They originally came out like 32, 24 inches, but thin screen. So now we're getting smaller again, and then you start to see that.
Pardon me, too much Coke.
Same thing in your cell phones, alright? Originally you have these these huge phones that go to your ear that look like they're going to give you cancer.
The 80s Vice City phones and stuff.
So then they start getting smaller. They start getting smaller and smaller, and you see Razor. Yeah. And I think that was the smallest that it got was Motorola's Razor. And then,
that was too small for me. That's why I opted for the Droid 4.
Yeah, because I can remember watching Zoolander, and they make the play off of that, and he pulls out his phone. And I know y'all aren't movie people, but he pulls out his phone, and it's literally in between his fingers. He's all trying to talk about it like this. And, so now phones are getting bigger. Now you have pads. I know they're not phones, but they're iPads, and they're getting all big.
Oh, I thought you... Oh, never mind. I was about to say, I wouldn't worry about any of that stuff.
No, not those kind of pads. But negative. Tablets. I should have said tablets. All right, so now you got tablets. So, what's going to be the next big technology? Do you think it's going to continue to get bigger until people are going to be walking down the street with these tablets that are,
Why'd you look down when you said continue to get bigger?
Well, I don't know.
Just trying to make sure it's all there.
Yeah, carrying around like a huge mirror. I'm just going to ignore you. Carrying around a huge mirror. Or are we going to see a focus of something smaller than that?
I think... So you're asking where the pads are going?
Yeah.
Yes, the pads. I specifically said pads and thought about it because tablet is too easy. No, I think it'll stay the same because if it gets bigger, it'll just wind up being a laptop.
Okay, that's true. Well, see, now they have those clickable laptops where it's both a laptop and a tablet.
Oh, I got a good idea. Let's put some magnets in computers.
But that'll destroy them.
It's a magnet.
It's a magnet. So how do they keep it from?
I don't know. It just sounds like a bad idea. Just on my list of good ideas, magnets and computers. Call me old school. Magnets and computers just don't sound like a good idea.
It doesn't to me. Like I didn't know that. I need to research that. Maybe some of y'all know how these newfangled, and yes, I did say newfangled, tablet and laptops work. But this has been the first episode. You know, like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna have new episodes every Friday.
Every Friday?
Yeah, every Friday.
That sounds like work, man.
So
you're supposed to be ignorant.
I'm unemployed for a reason.
We're supposed to be ignorant. How can we put out something every Friday if we ignorant? That would mean we actually have some intelligence.
No. Because what most of these are gonna be is just us
Check
just
every Friday.
sitting around just shooting videos. So,
You might have a show.
thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all later. Thank y'all for being here. Bye.